What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, the most popular man on YouTube is back. Today, I'm going to be talking about fighters that will become ranked in 2024. The year has started. We're getting UFC back this weekend. And I'm here to talk about some fighters that I think are going to break into the top 15 in every single division. All right, dude. Some of these will probably be like very agreeable. Some of these you might disagree on. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let's get straight into it. Flyweight division. There's a lot of like guys that debut straight into the rankings in the UFC flyweight division. Like there's a lot of guys that I think will go far, but they're already ranked. So my pick is going to be Joshua Van. This guy last fought at UFC 295. It was a crazy back and forth fight. Very, very high level fighter. And he's really young too. I'm pretty sure this guy's like 23, 22. This guy is so young. And he's already pretty good. Like he beat Zhalgas Zhumagulov as well, which is not easy to do. A lot of guys have had really close, maybe robbery decisions against Zhumagulov, and Joshua Van managed to beat him as well in his debut. So very, very impressive prospect, very fun to watch as well at flyweight. High output, good takedown defense, and he's on a good track to where I think by the end of 2024, he could be in that, bottom 10 to 15 rankings. I could see him fighting like a David Dvorak or fighting a fucking, I don't know, someone else at the bottom of those rankings. There's a lot of Sumu Daji. I could see that happening. So I definitely think that being ranked by the end of 2024 is realistic for Joshua Van. So that's my pick for flyweight. Let's move on. Bantamweight division. There's a lot of guys in this division. That's a very profound statement. There's a lot of guys at bantamweight. There's a lot of guys fighting in that division. It's a very good weight class. Okay. But there is one man that I've been on the train for a long time. I'm not getting off the train yet. All right. Javid Baszler. This guy's going to be fucking ranked by the end of 2024. This is the year where we stop playing with this dude's name. He's 14-0. He's undefeated. He's very well-rounded. He can grapple. He can strike well. Whatever he needs to do to win a fight, he pulls it off very clearly with decisions most of the time, but very, very good grappler. If I had to pick one thing to highlight, that would be it. His grappling and also his like technical abilities. Like he mixes things up very well. He makes smart decisions when he fights. I can definitely see him getting into the rankings by the end of the year around that 11-12 spot. I think he's going to fight like an Adrian Yanez next, probably get a win in that fight. I could see him fighting someone else down the rankings like I don't know, Dominic Cruz. Maybe they give him that fight. Depends really on how the rest of the division plays out, but I definitely think this guy will be top 15 by the end of 2024. This is one of the ones that I'm like more confident in. I think he's going to go far at bantamweight, dude. But me, I've just cursed this guy to getting chinned in his next fight, so we shall fucking see, dude. All right. Featherweight division. Let's talk about the featherweight division. Maybe a hot take. One of the most overrated fucking divisions ever. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Current day featherweight. Josh Emmett is a top contender. Like, what are we talking about, dude? People are like, oh my God, featherweight's the best division. Middleweight's trash. Dude, Brian Ortega's top 3. What the fuck are you talking about? So featherweight, I think, is kind of like wide open. I'm not going to lie. I think featherweight, especially that bottom 15, you got, Dan Ige rolling around. You got Bryce Mitchell rolling around, dude. So I think there's definitely some entry points in that bottom 15 of featherweight. And I'm going to say Diego Lopez will be ranked by the end of 2024. This is like a no-brainer. Everybody's on the Diego Lopez train. I can definitely see him getting a big fight next, and I really think he has a good chance to beat like a Sadiq Youssef potentially, and Alex Caceres. He could definitely beat. I think he could get a big fight next against like a Cub Swanson, somebody like that. Yeah, I just see big fights for Diego Lopez, and he did so well against Movsar Evloev that we all kind of know he's on that level. Like he could compete in the top 10, maybe win, lose, or draw. He could definitely compete and hang with guys in the top 10 the way that he competed against Movsar Evloev on short notice. So for that reason and with that in mind, I feel like it's a pretty smart choice to say Diego Lopez will be ranked by the end of the year. Let's move on to lightweight, dude. All right, and I know that you know what I'm about to pick. I know you know what I'm about to say, and you don't want to hear it. You guys got mad at it last time. I don't give a fuck, lad. I swear to fucking God, lad. Paddy Pimblett's gonna be fucking ranked, mate. I swear to God, lad. Dude, people in that video that I made, like, most underrated fighters, they were like, Renato Moicano and Drew Dober and Matt Favola destroy Paddy Pimblett. I swear, bro, like, you guys are victims of the moment, dude. You guys are victims of the times, dude. Just because someone's ranked does not mean they are immune to losing to people outside of the rankings. I don't know how I have to explain this, dude, but Paddy Pimblett, as you can see right there, is on a 7-fight win streak. He is a very high-level grappler. He has a good chin. He has very good kicks, very underrated kicks. He's aggressive. He has good finishing instincts, especially early on in a fight. The only question marks are his boxing defense, his boxing, and his cardio around round 3. But I think against a guy like a Matt Favola, dude, are you serious? Against like Drew, like, you guys rate those guys so highly that it is unreasonable to say Paddy Pimblett could beat them. You don't see a world at all where Paddy Pimblett could beat them. I think that is just complete bias against Paddy Pimblett and just being blinded by the moment. Like, oh, they're number 14, number 15. Oh, they can't lose to this guy because he went to a decision with Tony Ferguson. 30-27, dominated him, nearly finished him in the first round. Ignore all that, dude. You're telling me Bobby Green, who just got destroyed by Jalen Turner, literally died in the cage, can't lose to Paddy Pimblett? You are a victim of the moment. You're a prisoner of the moment. Excuse me. That's the word I was looking for, dude. Victim is... We were talking about flyweight before. We're not talking about it now, so I'll cool it on the victim talk, dude. But listen... You guys gotta fucking use your head, bro. Like, RDA fucking destroyed Renato Moicano. RDA, like, recently destroyed Moicano. He's not invincible, bruh. Like, I'm not saying this guy's gonna beat Benoit Saint Denis. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm just saying there's a good chance this guy could beat Moicano. This guy could beat Drew Dober. This guy could beat Matt Favola if he comes in on a good day. That is not crazy to say, but people acting like it is. Bro, you're the delusional one, not me. Paddy Pimblett will be ranked by the end of the year. Number 15, number 14, this guy's going to be there. Trust. All right, I see these things like a kaleidoscope. Trust. That was a good one, kaleidoscope. Let's move on. Welterweight. All right. There's a lot of good choices at welterweight, but I'm going to take the easiest one. I'm going to say Michael Venom Page is that outline Damon Jackson? What is that hairline on this shit, bro? Is that Damon Jackson's fucking hairline on there? Is that Tony or Damon Jackson? That's a cooked hairline. MVP, I think he's going to beat Kevin Holland. I think he is going to win a decision against Kevin Holland, or maybe a TKO. But I think he's going to go straight into the rankings at welterweight. We're going to see like number 11, number 12 ranked Michael Venom Page. Maybe he loses at the end of the year. Maybe he gets a big fight with Wonderboy or something like that. I think that'd be cool. But I do think we'll see Michael Venom Page in the top 15 somehow, some way by the end of the year. I think he's going to be a very good and very welcomed addition to the UFC roster, and he's going to debut into the rankings and stay around there being like a Michael Chandler type fighter. All right, dude, let's talk about middleweight. All right, there's a man fighting soon that I think is going to end up in the top 10 by the end of the year. I'm very high on this guy. I think Joe Pyfer will beat Jack Hermansson. I know I said Jack Hermansson is underrated. I agree he is. It's a compliment to Joe Pyfer. It's not an insult to Jack Hermansson. I think Joe Pyfer's the real deal. I think the power, the grappling ability as well. Like, not many people talk about his grappling ability. I feel like that's one of his most dangerous tools. Plus the power that he has. He's a big middleweight as well. I think we're going to see Joe Pyfer go on a bit of a run at middleweight. I could see him beating Jack Hermansson, maybe beating Paul Craig as well. Maybe fighting an Andre Muniz. Yeah, dude, I see a big 2024 for Joe Pyfer. He's already main eventing a fight night. You know, Dana White is oiled up, ready to go for this fucking guy. And I'm believing the hype. I'm buying the hype. Okay? I'm buying the hype. I've always said Joe Pyfer is a great fighter. He's a very good fighter. Okay? And I think Joe Pyfer will be ranked. Let's talk about the last two divisions. We got light heavyweight and we got heavyweight. Now, listen, dude. Dana White privilege, in my opinion, is very overrated. Right, you're looking at a perfect example of it right here. But listen, this man is genuinely getting Dana White privilege. It's not talked about enough. Carlos Ulberg, this guy will end up ranked simply because Dana White will make him fight Dominic Reyes. It's just ridiculous. It's just such a dumb matchup. It should be Dominic Reyes versus like Jimmy Crute, or Dominic Reyes versus like somebody else that isn't on a fucking win streak of first round KOs and finishes and shit. it's just such a stupid fight. It's so obvious what Dana White's trying to do. This guy's had the most fucking cherry-picked path to the rankings of all time, and I don't see that slowing down in 2024. I think Dana White's going to get this guy in the top 15, maybe the top 10 by the end of the year, because he wants that CKB fucking legacy to keep going, dude. He wants that CKB money to keep rolling in, and I think Carlos Ulberg is going to be a beneficiary of Dana White, his plan to get, to get somebody from CKB back in the rankings alongside Dan Hooker, Kai France, Izzy. I think Carlos Ulberg will be ranked. He's pretty decent as well. He's a good fighter as well. But, I think he's going to get a bit of a push from Dana into the rankings. So Carlos Ulberg's my pick at light heavyweight. Let's talk about one more fighter. I was going to pick Muhammad Usman. I'm not going to lie, I can see him being top 15, but I already talked about him. I don't want to talk about guys that I've already talked about in other videos. I feel like I'm cheating you guys, because you guys know me, dude. I make the most high-level, high-quality videos on YouTube. I'm literally the best editor, best documentary maker, best takes as well in MMA. I mean, everybody loved my last video, so really, what can't I do? So I figure I'm going to give you a little bit extra. I think Justin Tafa will be ranked. I don't think he'll be top 10, okay? My expectations are not high whatsoever. I do think we will see Justin Tafa ranked number 15, number 14 by the end of the year. I feel like that's pretty reasonable to say. I think he could beat Marcos Rogerio de Lima that he's fighting soon. I think he could beat some guys near the bottom, near the rankings, and I don't think that's unreasonable to say. He's looked improved in his last couple of fights, especially the Austin Lane fight. I feel like he actually followed up with shots. He was really more aggressive, more like patient, I guess, more measured. He looked a bit better technically. I think he's less interested in just brawling and actually trying to, hit and not get hit and be a bit cleaner. I know that's easy to say from one fight, but I do see improvements in Justin Tafa. I'm interested to see how his grappling holds up. It's always been the weakness of these guys like Mark Hunt, Justin Tafa, Junior Tafa as well. So I'm interested to see how it holds up. But if it holds up even slightly, I think he'll be top 15, top 14. So these are my picks. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know how fucking excited you are to have UFC back, because, bro, I've never been more hyped to watch an Apex. I'm going to be watching Prelim 1, bro. I don't care who it is. I'm hyped to have UFC back. I hope you guys are too. We're going to be keeping the videos coming as often as I can. Let me know what you guys want to see down below. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, follow me on the gram at Bedtime MMA. Just hit 2,000 followers over there. So thank you. I thank you so much. But yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.